Hello, Tim from Project Drums here. Lots of people have been getting in touch, people who have electronic drum kits, who are wondering if online session drumming is right for them and if the Project Drums course is right for them. So rather than reply to each email individually, I thought I'd make a video so I can send it out to everyone and tell you exactly what I think about using electronic drums in online session drumming and how suitable the Project Drums course is for you if you are an electronic drummer. So I think there are some disadvantages and there are lots of advantages to doing online session drumming with an electronic kit. We're going to go through the disadvantages first. Obviously, lots of musicians out there are buying drum tracks from us because they want the sort of live acoustic kit sound. And if you want like a really roomy sound, this can be quite difficult to replicate on an electronic kit. And lots of my customers are really sort of they're really keen on the whole acoustic sound. They like playing around with the sounds and they like sort of processing all the acoustic stuff to try and make it sound the best, and that's really what they're after. Having said that, I have positioned myself as a sort of anti-MIDI sort of guy, so I do tend to attract these kind of folks who are sort of complaining about MIDI or whatever. Another disadvantage to doing it electronically is that still a lot of people sort of lump together the electronic drum kit vibe with sort of programmed vibe, and they tend to think everything sounds a bit stale. Now obviously we know this isn't true. You can put as much human feel and human dynamics into an electronic part as you can an acoustic part, so really that's your job as an online session drummer, is to just to show people how lifelike your drum tracks are, whether you play acoustic or electronic kit. So really that's a misunderstanding on their part. They might think that they're getting something that sounds like programmed and really sort of stale, and you can show them that actually you can put as much passion into an electronically played part as you can into an acoustic part. So those are the disadvantages. There are actually loads and loads of really strong advantages for choosing to use your electronic kit as your tool for online session drumming. Obviously one of the main ones people think of is the fact that it's just so easy to record an electronic drum kit compared to an acoustic drum kit. You don't have to worry about mics, you don't have to worry too much about interfaces, about preamps, all that sort of stuff, processing, compressors, all this. Really, you're getting great sounds out of the brain. So it's not like you have to spend hundreds of pounds on mics, you don't have to do a load of research, you don't have to try out different stuff. You just plug in and go. It's so easy. Obviously you don't need a big soundproof studio to record your electronic drums. You can do it with headphones in your bedroom or whatever in the middle of the night, and that's really a massive advantage. You really cut out so much of the more difficult aspects of acoustic drum recording. Now at the same time, this is going to open you up to more competition because it obviously lowers the barrier to entry. It means more people can record with electronic drum kits, so you might find a little bit more competition on that sort of side. Having said that, I haven't seen anyone yet who's really taken the electronic drum kit side of things and run with it. I think the market's still there, it's still open, it's still waiting for someone to come and grab it, and hopefully it'll be someone watching this video. So electronic drums, really easy to record, really simple. Obviously you have a bit of a cost saving as well. You don't have to worry about mics, you don't have to worry about interfaces or preamps, any of that. Really all you need is like a smaller interface so you can get the MIDI output. I'll talk a bit about what sort of outputs you're offering your customers later on, but you just need something where you can get a MIDI output, maybe take the stereo outputs from your brain as well. You might need an interface for that depending on your computer, but it offers you massive cost savings over us acoustic folks who have to buy all these mics and stuff, although the mics are really fun. But anyway, yeah, it does offer you cost savings. Obviously you can offer people a human feel, human dynamics, 2 tracks, but then you still have the advantage of letting them play with different sounds. Now the sounds you can get from BFD, Drum Kit from Hell, all these sorts of things are completely amazing. They're far superior to what I can get in my studio and what most live acoustic drummers can get in their studios, because these are sounds recorded by the world's greatest engineers, world's greatest drummers, the best drums in the world and the best studios in the world, and they're like freely available. So you can get this sound, you can make your kit sound like this really quickly and easily. And that's just a massive benefit. Added to that, the fact that you don't have to program in everything. You can play it live, you can play it with your feel, with your dynamics, with your sensitivity, and with your drummer's brain as well, making the right fills and stuff to really suit the music. So this sort of combination of the human feel and then the sort of how adaptable the sounds are and how your end customers can customize the sounds to suit their song, it's just a massive bonus. And it's what really excites me the most about this sort of online session drumming for electronic drummers. Regarding the sort of outputs and what you offer your customers, a lot of people have been in contact with me saying, do I just offer the stereo output for my drum kit, or do I offer each individual drums output? Like, what do I send people? I'd really encourage you, unless the customer specifies that they want a finished drum sound, I'd really encourage you to send the MIDI track themselves, because this gives your customer just the most ridiculous amount of flexibility in terms of what sort of sounds they want for your snare, your kick. They can change things later, they can quantize things so easily if that's what they want to do. They can edit, and it's just brain dead easy. It really is, like, it's the ultimate in terms of ease and simplicity. Just working with MIDI drum tracks is so easy and so simple, which is why they're around, because like up until a few years ago, MIDI just sounded like crap. So it wasn't there because of the sound, it was there because it's easy to use. But now the sound is there as well, so you can really offer the best of both worlds, and then added to that the human feel and that sort of thing. So as you can probably tell, I think that electronic drums and online session drumming, they're sort of made for each other. I think it's a really exciting area. And were I starting all of this from scratch, I'd have to think really carefully about whether I chose to follow the electric line or the acoustic line, because whereas when I started doing this, it was obvious I had to be an acoustic drummer because the electronic stuff just wasn't up to it yet. The sounds were bad, the kits weren't great. Now things have come along so much that really it is a difficult decision to know which to go for. Lots of people have been asking, is Project Drums, the DVD course, is that right for me if I'm using an electronic kit? Because maybe you've seen the paper thing, you know there's a lot about microphones and the studio and that sort of thing. And all I would say to you is that yes, there's a DVD about the studio and microphones and tuning and that sort of thing, which is all really important stuff for us acoustic drummers and electronic drummers to know as well, because if you're an electronic drummer, chances are you play an acoustic kit at some point. But really the vast majority of the course is about all the other stuff. The drumming is, I don't know, it sounds weird, but the drumming is sort of, it's a tiny part of what the Project Drums thing is, because the Project Drums thing is so much about the whole business side of things, making your website, making videos, how you market it, that sort of thing. That really, the fact that what your sticks are hitting is slightly different is basically irrelevant. The course is designed to take drummers who can already play, who already have an understanding about music, and just sort of show them how to sort of hone what they do and make it something that they can sell on their website and get paid for. So that's what Project Drums is about. It's not really about sort of playing acoustic drums or whether you play electronic drums. That's somewhat irrelevant. The whole course is designed for drummers in general. So if you are an electronic drummer and you're thinking about online session drumming, I really encourage you to check out the course. I've got customers who've bought the course who play electronic drums and they absolutely love it. I've got customers who do both electronic and acoustic, which I think is really interesting, and they love it as well. So if you're an electronic drummer, don't be put off by the fact that there are acoustic drums in the course. I'd really encourage you to get the course, have a look through, and I think you'll find it really useful. Anyway, I hope that's answered all your questions about electronic drums, and I'll talk to you soon.